Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the new comedy drama, Eephus, and this is a new baseball film focusing on a grown man's recreational baseball league that has its final game ever on Soldiers Field the day before it gets demolished and turned into a school. And their game goes into extra innings and gets drawn out, and as the daylight wanes, we get treated to something that's wholly unexpected. And co-writer and director Carson Lund crafts a film that subverts all your expectations of what this is going to feel like. You're going to expect something raunchy and crazy and silly, but this film is extremely authentic and real. It makes me question if any of these performers in this film are actual actors or just, dudes who like to actually play baseball with each other because it feels so authentic and real. To the point where it's like, sure, some of the performances feel a little amateurish from like an acting standpoint, but they feel so, like, I feel like we just wandered upon a baseball field and they started recording and it's like, hey, can we use this for a movie? That's how real each and every one of these characters feels. And there's so many of them. I think between the two teams, there's probably like 20 guys. And then you have their audience, in particular one guy who's keeping the good old-fashioned box score. And then you have the umpires, and each and every one of these characters gets moments where we learn about their character through this extremely detailed and well-crafted script that really highlights each and every character in their interactions with each other and with the game, and allows us organically to start to understand them. Over the course of this hour and 40-minute film, it is very methodical. It takes its time, and Lund brings a richness, this tapestry of humanity of these people to the big screen, and we start connecting with them. We empathize with them. We cheer them on. We want them to win. We're not quite sure which team should win because they both have those characters that we feel for and those other characters where we question them. And this feels so organic in so many ways. Like, the screenplay here is just impeccable. And it balances that nostalgic feel of yesteryear and the metaphor that's going on here with the waning light and the waning days. And this film balances nostalgia and that transitional period of that one chapter closing on your life and what's to come, and the dying innocence and love for America's game in so many ways is channeled through this. And this group of middle-aged men and some younger men all teaming up together to play this game, and their stubbornness, them not being willing to let it go and to not let it end. And that just feels so real. And you feel for them. We understand that this is it. The next day, they're not going to have this kind of fun ever again. And a lot of these characters really processing through that, what that really means. This is methodically put together, but Lund delivers a compelling and engrossing experience, and Greg Tango, who's a cinematographer, has some really interesting and dynamic camera work and choices in framing and blocking, camera movements, and how it creates this engrossing experience that really feels nostalgic. They capture a period so perfectly well. And it really channels the spirit of that time, the love of baseball, and that summer of innocence here, as not only is the light waning, we are waning in the summer and going into fall and winter. And we see how the temperatures drop and drop and drop throughout this game, and how this game, this experience just wears and tears on each and every one of them. And that long and prolonged wrap-up of the post-game of everybody getting ready and going home just feels so real. And this film is not shy in terms of slowing down the pace and presenting something that feels really meaningful and impactful. And you can appreciate that about the film. And this is certainly going to be overly methodical for some and might not really capture a connection if you don't really have that love of baseball, that nostalgia of this good old time of play and playing game like this with your buddies, and there's just something so relatable and engaging about it. I very like this game feels drawn out and extended, and after a while you're just like, how much longer could I sit through this? But you're feeling it with them. It's all the point, and it feels purposeful from Lund, and he captures that energy so well. And we're there. We're the people sitting in the outfield on our ass at the end of the game because we just want it to end. But we also don't want it to end on some level. And I think this film really captures that. And Lund does a great job of, with his script that he co-wrote with Michael Basta and Nate Fisher, bringing this to life and doing something meaningful and dynamic and subversive with it. But those are my thoughts on Eephus. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.